U.S. Appeals Court reinstates lawsuit accusing Cisco of helping CCP's persecution of Falun Gong. Microsoft, China-based hackers breach Western European governmental email accounts. Chinese Foreign Minister no-show at ASEAN gathering. CCP mouthpiece advises unemployed people to keep a calm mind.
The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit has ruled that a lawsuit against tech giant Cisco, accusing the company of enabling the Chinese regime's violent persecution of Falun Gong, can proceed to trial. Adherents of Falun Gong, who have faced severe persecution in China since 1999, filed a lawsuit in 2011 against Cisco and two former executives, John Chambers and Freddie Chum. The lawsuit alleges that Cisco provided technology that helped Chinese officials create a surveillance network to identify and track Falun Gong practitioners, leading to their arrest and torture. The Epoch Times reported that on July 7th, the Federal Appellate Court overturned a 2014 lower district court ruling that dismissed the case, determining that the plaintiff's allegations present enough grounds for the case to move forward. U.S. Circuit Judge Marcia Berzon, in the majority 2-1 opinion reinstating the suit, stated, "We conclude that plaintiff's allegations, accepted as true, are sufficient to state a plausible claim that Cisco provided essential technical assistance to the dojang of Falun Gong, with awareness that the international law violations of torture, arbitrary detention, disappearance, and extrajudicial killing were substantially likely to take place." The term dojang refers to the violent political campaigns initiated by the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, against perceived enemies. Terry Marsh, executive director of the Human Rights Law Foundation and a chief attorney for the plaintiffs, hailed the ruling as a positive step in combating the persecution campaign. Based on Cisco's marketing materials, the plaintiffs argue that the company went beyond being a mere commercial actor selling products to China. They allege that in pursuing the lucrative Chinese technology market, Cisco marketed itself to target dissidents and became complicit in the regime's violent suppression of faith. The lawsuit accused Cisco of designing and developing a comprehensive surveillance apparatus, using U.S. technologies and expertise in exchange for market access. The court filing states that Cisco allegedly played a pivotal role in designing and manufacturing key components, like integrated circuit chips, and implementing the Golden Shield project. Golden Shield is the Chinese security apparatus's data-driven surveillance platform. The company allegedly incorporated Falun Gong-specific features into security software upgrades to identify, block, track, and suppress Falun Gong's activities and individuals. The plaintiffs accused Cisco of also providing testing, skill training, and technical training to Chinese agents responsible for persecuting Falun Gong, enabling them to use the technology effectively. All plaintiffs, including a U.S. citizen, said that they were targeted through Golden Shield technology, resulting in their detention for extended periods, during which they endured torture. According to Microsoft Corp., a China-based hacking group has breached email accounts connected to government agencies in Western Europe. Citing a blog post on July 11th by Microsoft, AP News reported that the group, identified as Storm 0558, focuses on acts like data theft and espionage. The hackers gained access to email accounts affecting about 25 organizations, including government agencies, as well as accounts of individuals linked to these organizations. They had gone undetected for nearly a month until customers complained to Microsoft about abnormal mail activity. In a separate Microsoft post, Charlie Bell, Microsoft's Executive Vice President of Security, said, "We assess this adversary is focused on espionage, such as gaining access to email systems for intelligence collection. The hacking group carried out the breach by forging authentication tokens, a piece of information used to verify the identity of a user, required to access the email accounts. Since then, Microsoft has addressed the incident and informed affected customers. Microsoft stated it is working with the Department of Homeland Security and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, among others, to guard against such attacks. Besides, it claimed it would continue to monitor Storm 0558's activities. The Storm 0558 attack is the latest security breach discovered to have been carried out by China-based hackers. China has said that its Vice Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, Qin Gang, is due to sit out a 2-day security meeting with Southeast Asian representatives that begins on July 13th in Indonesia. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said at a press briefing on July 11th that health issues were keeping Qin from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations in Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. Also missing the annual summit is North Korean Foreign Minister Choi Son-hui, whose government is a close ally of Beijing. China, however, is sending foreign policy chief for the Chinese Communist Party, Wang Yi, to fill in Qin's seat. Among the CCP regime, Yi is considered to have a higher position than Qin. As Reuters reported, China's new foreign minister has been out of the public eye for 2 weeks, drawing speculations about his unusual absence. His last appearance was on June 25th, when he welcomed Sri Lankan Foreign Minister Ali Sabri in Beijing. He rescheduled a meeting with European Union Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell, who arrived in the Chinese capital on July 5th. The CCP explained to the EU that the dates were no longer possible. China is trying to regain its influence over Southeast Asian countries from Washington's engagement. Its military aggressiveness in the South China Sea is already prompting some of its neighbors to seek Western intervention. Countries like the Philippines are conducting more joint military exercises with the US. Meanwhile, the crisis in Myanmar is slated to be the central theme of discussion at the ASEAN meeting. Death row has been piling in the country since a military takeover in early 2021. Leaders have different views on reacting to the junta, which has failed to uphold a peace plan with the bloc. Urban youth unemployment in China is continuously increasing and reached a new record in May, with 20.8% of people aged between 16 and 24 without a job. This figure in April was 20.4%. 5.52 million urban jobs were created in the first 5 months of 2023, down 8% from the year-on-year average in 2017 through 2019, before the COVID outbreak. According to Xintang Ren, the media system of the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP regime, is carrying out a propaganda campaign to limit people's frustration as they face poor living conditions due to its COVID policy. People's Daily, the CCP's mouthpiece, on July 10th published an article urging young people to establish the right view of employment. The article also asks unemployed people to keep a calm mind and says they should take an objective look at their personal conditions and social needs amid the increasing unemployment rate. In addition, the CCP's propaganda article advises the unemployed to take a stand politically. The People's Daily article suggests that young people in this situation need to train to be able to endure hardship and be ready to fight with criticisms of the CCP. The article paints a bright future for the unemployed, that they will be in the vanguard and the new workforce in various fields of production to restore the countryside, provide social services association, green development, and protection of the country and borders.